So, despite the fact that it's been over a year since the last time I made a video about a mass shooting or mass murder, I never made another video on a topic like this because, to be completely honest, I pretty much said all that I needed to say in those videos I made about a year ago. Now, of course, about a year ago, a little over a year ago, it was all on the topic of Elliot Rogers and everything that happened with him. So like I said, I thought I said everything I needed to say and didn't need to make another video on mass shootings ever again. Because after that point, he was all about application. But, then I had to remember, not everyone has seen that video. So, here I am, making another video about gun control. And how asinine it is. Because damn, it is less stupid. So, let's talk about gun control, man. A lot of people who are for gun control don't necessarily argue for a ban on guns, but stricter regulations, stricter laws on who can obtain guns. And they seem to think that that's going to solve the problem. Well, it's not. How do I know it's not? Well, for starters, as it turns out, some psychopaths are actually very manipulative individuals and really good actors. All they have to do is just pass all the restrictions and boom, bada, boom, boom. They got a gun. Now what? Exactly. It didn't solve anything. So, yeah. I think maybe a better solution would be to make it that there are no gun-free zones at all. So that way, people automatically assume that there's a gun on the premises at all times, so nobody thinks that they're going to be able to pull out a gun and try to stop anyone, like attack anyone. Because as it turns out, most of these mass murders or mass shootings happen in gun-free zones. 92%, if I am correct. So it seems like a better solution would actually be to remove the signs and remove the areas where guns aren't free, so these mass shooters have the implication or the understanding that they can get shot and killed. Yeah, I'm just saying. But banning guns unto itself is rather asinine, particularly because people have been killing each other since before the dawning of guns. You know, it's not like the world was a Demi Lovato song, you know, we're all in La La Land, and until somebody made Smith & Wesson shotgun or someone made a musket, everything was fine and dandy and kosher. No, people have been killing each other for thousands and millions of years. Alright, it's not new shit, it's not new information. Alright, it's not new. I mean, have you ever heard of a sword? Perhaps a spear. Maybe nunchucks. Maybe you heard of a katana, a mace, a shield. Ever heard of all that stuff? In fact, the untrained human body is so fragile, you can actually kill somebody with your bare hands. You ever heard of choking somebody? Breaking someone's neck? You know, just snap it just like that? As it turns out, human beings have come up with very creative ways to kill other human beings. You ever heard of a bow? And these things that you like to call an arrow? You guys know what that is, right? I mean, it sounds like I'm insulting your intelligence, but really, you're insulting mine. Do you really think people would no longer kill each other because they don't have access to guns? Do you know what a knife is? Do you know what these are? Your hands? Multiple martial arts, specifically created to do what? Kill people. Banning guns is not any solution if you want to stop people from being killed. Now, you say you want to stop these mass shootings. Well, there's a solution to that, or at least a perceived solution of mine, which we'll get into in just a second. One thing I think we're going to really need to talk about and discuss is, once again, banning guns is not going to stop people from wanting to kill other people. It'll just stop people from killing people with guns. In the same way that people not driving cars would stop car accidents. In the same way, people not getting on ships would stop them from not sinking. I mean, no cause, no effect. We've all passed the 3rd grade. Of course, if people don't have guns, they're not going to kill each other with guns. But it doesn't really take a rocket science to figure that one out. But it's not going to stop the ultimate problem, that people have a desire to kill other people. That people want to kill other individuals. Sorry, it's not going to stop that. Seriously. So, while you people are clamoring on and on about gun control and removing guns from circulation, or making it harder for people to obtain guns, it's not going to stop the overwhelming problem with a lot of these people. Well, if we're going to be honest, particularly men. And no, it's not toxic masculinity. It's not. There's no such thing. what's really going on with a lot of these men, from as far as I can tell, is it all seems that they are festering with great degrees of anger and frustration. So a lot of people say we have to make the mental health care in America better. I would say no, we just need to make the parents in America better. I mean, could you imagine what would happen if we just invested into our children? If we just built our young men to be kind and respectful individuals and gave them a sense of identity and helped them understand how the world works and how to operate in it? If instead of parents letting video games and the black box control their children and teach them how to operate, parents can invest in their children and teach them how the world works. Teach them coping ways to deal with their problems. A lot of these young men grew up neglected. A lot of these young men grew up without having stable environments. A lot of these men who grow up to become crazy and psychotic, they weren't born that way. They were raised that way. Sometimes by a single mother, sometimes by grandparents or whatever. The point is, these people, a lot of the times they write in their manifesto, or not even just in their manifesto, but they do these large mass shootings because they don't just want to kill themselves, they want to kill other people. Or maybe they have some other reason. I personally am the camp of thinking they just want an excuse to kill. And it's probably, maybe it has something to do with the fact that they want to be infamous, but that seems a little too weak to me. And the reason why I say it seems a little too weak to me is because there's lots of things you can do to become not just famous, but you can do the opposite. And instead of killing people, you can help them. So, no, it's got to be a little more than just to be famous that they want to kill innocent people. These people will spend lots of time thinking and calculating this shit out. And again, a lot of the times these crimes happen in a gun-free zone. So what I'm saying here, the real solution, if you really want to stop this stuff from happening, you gotta help. You have to start with the children. You have to raise these people to be able to deal with their problems or get them psychiatric care when they need it. As in parents, you have to invest in your children. You have to raise young men to become young men. Because otherwise, like I said with the whole Ed Roger things, it's not going to stop. You people keep focusing on taking away guns from these criminals. Well, they're not criminals when they get the gun, so you're punishing somebody for something they haven't done yet. If you try to remove guns from people who haven't done anything wrong, you're punishing people who haven't done anything wrong. And that unto itself is just a problem. You can't remove guns from responsible gun owners or people who aren't doing anything wrong. They're not doing, I just said it, they're not doing anything wrong. So you can't punish people who are following the law, doing the regulations, practicing, at the gun range for what some deranged jackass did. It's that simple. And more than that, a gun is just a tool. I mean, if we're going to outlaw guns, or if we're going to put regulations on guns, do we put regulations on hammers? What about swords? What about maces? What about knives? What about bleach and ammonia? How about that? You do understand I can lock you in a room and mix some bleach and some ammonia and put the gas in there and kill you. Gonna outlaw bleach? Gonna outlaw ammonia? I mean, how does this go? How about a car? Are we gonna outlaw cars? Because a car is effectively a bomb on wheels? Just apply some fire to that mother sucker, boom! Just because something has the potential to harm someone, it doesn't mean that you automatically take the next step and infringe on somebody else's being responsible for their things because of what some other jackass did. That's ridiculous unto itself. Again, you have to stop these people from being created to begin with. That's it. That's the only real solution. Unless you want to start punishing individuals who've done nothing wrong. You have to prevent these people from coming into existence, which means fathers need to be in their children's homes, which means ladies need to start picking better men who are going to make better fathers. Which means the child care system, which panders more to women, needs to stop with the bullshit. People need to learn to stay together so they can help raise the next generation, so these little jackasses don't end up hurting or killing other people. I'm just saying. Because once again, punishing individuals who have done nothing wrong is hardly a solution. Saying that we're going to infringe on your rights so other people get to live relatively safe and free is absurd. Why? Because it's no guarantee. Actually, what is a guarantee is that we move closer and closer to fascism, and nobody wants that. Well, nobody honest does. So that being said, man, I certainly hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Not really a lot of content, but Someone had to say it. You're gonna have to start helping people. You're gonna have to start being kind. Parents are gonna have to start raising their kids. Because if you don't stop these evil people from being created, this shit's not going to stop. So if you like today's video, please, man, go ahead and click that like button. Go ahead and click that subscribe button. Comment box below. And as always, have a great day. I will see you cool cats soon. Adios.